Instead of playing the same old dominant chords and scales in a 2-5-1 chord progression, let's check out the 13 flat 9 chord today and its scale, the halftone whole tone scale. Hi my diligent little jazz bees around the globe, Sandra Sherman here, greetings from Austria. Here is the G13 chord in this position. I guess you know that. That's the G here, the F, the B, and here's the 13, that's the E. To make this a G13 flat 9, we have to add the flat 9, but we have no more finger left. Let's kick out the root, start here, and then we get the flat 9 on top. So we have 3, 4, 5, and 4. And that's a G13 flat 9 chord without the root. If you want the root, you could play it by thumb, but you don't have to play the root. The ear knows what this is in combination with the other chord. It's kind of a mixed altered and non-altered chord and can be used instead of the altered chord in a 2-5-1 in major. The goal is to have a smooth voice leading, so let's check out that first example you just heard. The 2 chord is a D minor in the key of C. We are in the key of C, of course, so D minor 9, and here is the root. Always memorize the root in order to be able to shift it to different keys. So we don't play the root, we just have upper chord voicings, higher 4 strings, 3, 5, 5, 5, and that's a D minor 9 chord without root. Then we go smoothly to the G13 flat 9 chord we just had, and this is the smooth voice leading I was talking about. Half a tone or a whole tone in the highest voice, okay? We're not playing chord melody, but even the comping has a kind of a melody, okay? Nobody wants those chords to be jumping around. It doesn't sound really, really nice. And then we resolve to the 1 chord by leading this voice down a semitone to C6-9, 2, 2, 3, 3. And then I play a little round for the rest of the 2 bars on the C major chord. I play a C major 13 chord and back to the C6, and then I have my big band style of fill. And you can download all the tabs with all the chords example and the upcoming soloing examples from the link down below in the description box. If you want to solo over the 13 flat 9 chord, you have to know what scale it belongs to. And it belongs to the halftone whole tone scale. Let's check that one out. Here is the chord. Always know your chord as a reference to the scale in that very area you are in right now. So we're on the 3rd fret. This is the 13 flat 9 chord, and the scale is a symmetrical scale, so it repeats itself, and we start on the pointer finger, 3, 5, 6, next string 3, 4, 6, and now it repeats itself, 3, 5, 6, and 3, 4, 6. So that's really nice, symmetrical, right? And it fits over this chord. And since we have a 3-note per string pattern here, which is playable without all those stretches actually, because usually 3-note per string scales are really hard to play, but this one's really good, and we can play triplets. Triplet, triplet, triplet. Let's check that out in context of a 2-5-1 cadence again, and let's have a line over it. Now the cool thing about this scale is that it's a symmetrical scale and it repeats itself all 3 frets. So if we had the scale down here, we can move it up 3 frets, 1, 2, 3 on the 6th fret, and it's still exactly the same scale with exactly the same notes, but starting from a different note. But all these notes are the same notes as these notes. We just started from here. It's like playing. See, it's just the same thing. Now, we can also move that G13 flat 9 chord 3 frets up, but the chord is not symmetrical. So it's not gonna be a 13 flat 9 chord again, but it will still fit. Let's check this out. 1, 2, 3, and let's analyze this, because this was the 7, the 3rd, the 13th, and the flat 9 of the chord. No root. Now what we have is, the flat 9, the 3rd of the chord, the root, here we have a root, and this is the 3rd of the chord. So there's no 13 in here anymore. It's just a G7 flat 9, but it still fits the scale because the scale still spells a G13 flat 9 chord. The scale has the flat 9, the sharp 9, the 3rd, the sharp 11th. By the way, that's what it makes sound really cool too. The 5th, the 13, flat 7, and here is the root and the flat 9 again. So the scale still spells that. Now let's build a 2-5-1 around it again. Let's check a line again over the entire 2-5-1, and I play the scale descending now, and I don't start on the highest note, but on a chord tone. B is the chord tone, so I start here, play the scale backwards, and I'll land on the C, and the C is automatically enclosed within that scale. The D flat is a half tone above the C, and the B a half tone below, and then I go to the target note. You see it better here. D flat, B, C. See, it's enclosed from the right, from the left, and here we go. All right. And I play the C major arpeggio with a triplet. Triplets are always great in jazz. And I land on the 9th. We had that chord in the comping pattern also. You can land on the 9th as long as it's high enough and not too low. All right, let's check it out with the playback. You can support this channel by becoming a member and enjoy neat perks for your sponsoring. You can do so by clicking the join button right next to the subscribe button to see the available options. Now, of course, we can move up again 3 frets from the 6th to the 9th fret and have the half tone whole tone scale lying. Here again, always starts from the pointer finger. We get a different chord because remember I told you the chord itself is not symmetrical, but it always also fits. It's always part of the scale. So what we get, now let's analyze this. Here's the root, which we don't play, the G. We have the 3rd, the 7th, the sharp 9. You may know this sharp 9 chord, or they call it the Hendrix chord. Of course, he stole it from us jazzers. So it's just a regular jazz chord. Sharp 9, and here we have the 5th again, doesn't change the chord name, so we have a G7 sharp 9 here. And if we move up 3 more frets, that's the last time we can do that. 1, 2, 3. We end up on the 12th fret. And here we have, in relation to the root, here is a root 2. We have the 5th, the flat 9th, the sharp 11th, it's also in the scale. And what is this? The 7th. So now we have a flat 9, flat 5, or sharp 11 chord. That's a great chord. Joe Pass used this chord quite some times, and it also fits the scale, adds new sound to the to your playing, the sharp 11. And you can also use this to quickly change positions, like from with your download. You will also get the last two positions on the 9th and the 12th fret. You will get the chord sets and a line for each of them. So in total, you will have the entire fretboard covered. You will have 4 chord sets and 4 lines over the 2, 5, 1 in each position, and that keeps you covered. All right, let me know what you like me to teach you next in the comment section below. Please give this video a fat thumbs up if you liked it. Share the love and the knowledge, and I hope to see you next week. Servus, Baba.